Hello everyone and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Aries for the week of November 3rd. And at this time I would like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. And for sharing with others. As well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched, and also hitting the hype button as well. Thank you so much for doing that for me. And as well as all the lovely comments letting me know that you've appreciated the readings, that they came very accurate for you. It helps me to know that I can help others, and that it makes me feel better. So thank you for that. I appreciate you as much as you appreciate the readings. Okay. Two of Swords, making a decision this week. They're kind of on the fence about it though. They're not quite sure whether you should move on this or give it a little more time and thought. But it is causing you a little bit of discomfort. You're weighing the options. You're at a deadlock right now. You are really trying to make the right decision for yourself. But for now, you don't have enough information. And the Page of Swords, look at that, getting clarity. Finding out answers to your questions. Going deep. You know, you're understanding that there's new ideas here and you have a thirst for knowledge. There's something that you want to go deeper on, a new way of communicating with people, and you're feeling a little bit restless this week than you have in quite some time. You want to start something fresh, but you're not sure whether you should or shouldn't do it. So you're trying to make a, positive direction for yourself. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, trying to balance things in your life. You're feeling a little bit out of sorts. Not quite sure if you have enough information, if you're doing the right thing. So you're on the fence this week about a lot of different avenues in your life. Different questions that you had. You didn't quite get the response that you needed in order to give you the more information. And the Five of Rods, pardon me. So yeah, there's conflict, disagreements. Woof, you're definitely going through the different emotions this week. You know, you're understanding that there's conflicts and disagreements, and you're trying to stay out of it as much as you can. This may be happening to somebody else, but you're part of it, but you're trying to remove yourself from it, trying to find the balance, because you know that you can't keep on the fence very much longer about your decision whether you are going to allow this, and you're just going to remove yourself, or you're going to step in and say your piece. Yeah, look at that. Seven of Swords. Definitely gone through it. You're tired of it. People getting away with things, sneaking around, figuring that they're being crafty. There's been betrayal here. You know, people trying to win at all costs. And you just want to be away from it. You know, and you're acting on your own best interest. You're not telling anybody anything. You're keeping more to yourself because you can see what's really happening around you. And you're not going to be played that way. So you're removing yourself from this situation. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. You're secure enough. You know, you planted the right seeds. You're going along okay. You know, your pocketbook's doing all right. You know, you made some good investments with your life and your time so far. And it's been of your own hard work. It hasn't been given to you. You've definitely brought this to where it's a comfortable level for yourself. You've invested in yourself and your time. So that's a wise decision for yourself. And you're just looking at it, thinking, do I have enough? Can I change what I'm doing just a little bit, and will it still give me what I already am gaining? You're asking yourself some pretty large questions for your financial security for your future. But you're doing all right otherwise. You really are. And the Strength card, yeah, you stuck to your guns. You've done what you had to do. You haven't asked help for anybody for anything of any part of this. And you found your own stability for yourself. You found your inner strength. You're focusing on your life, your future, and what brings you happiness. It's not that you're following any mold. You're finding your own. You're building your own, which will be a template for many behind you, believe it or not. So you have a strength within yourself to do, if this is a mundane job that you sort of, you get paid X number of dollars. This is just a scenario. And you're not really happy with it, but you're stuck with it because, well, it gave you X number of dollars. So you've done what you had to do. And now you're trying to find out what you're asking yourself, what is it you want now? Not everybody else, just yourself. And you're coming from a more calmer place because you're only taking care of you. Not worried about everybody else around you, family, friends, children, partners, none of that. It is your choice now. So that in itself helps you to calm down a little bit. Take that breath. Take a serious look at the strength that you have, what you've been through, and then you'll move forward. Yeah, the King of Rods. There you go. Doing what it is that you have to do. Taking charge of your decisions. You're a natural born leader. You can see the bigger picture in your life going forward. You've overcome so many challenges. You have no idea. And it's taking courage and focus in order to achieve it. If this is a new career, you'll do okay at it because you just have that part of you that doesn't know not to. Like if you decide to do something, you do it. If you want to go somewhere, you go there. You just, that kind of, you're always searching, always achieving. So you're asking yourself now, can I stop? Should I stop? So the decision is not easy. So you're on the fence. Do I start this new enterprise and go this way? Start my fresh new life this way? Or do I stay and be okay? So you're really trying to figure out what your next move is going to be here. And it is not an easy decision for you. And you're sticking to your guns. Like you are not allowing anybody to really give you the answers. You want to figure this out on your own. But you are doing quite well. Two of Rods. Yeah, you got the whole world in your hands. All the opportunities. You can literally live anywhere you want and work. That's how much you've come so far. And now you're trying to figure out, you're comfortable, you have enough, you can see your future, and you have stood there on your own 2 feet. What do you want to do now? So you're really at a crossroads here, trying to figure out, do I come or do I stay? Do I move? Do I go? So you're really understanding your own power this week that you have. And the decisions are truly your own. Ooh, Ace of Swords. So new beginning. There you go. That's your yes card from the universe. Material clarity, breakthrough, new ideas, success. Sharp-minded. Wow. And you're serious about this. No more conflict. You're making sure that you have made your point loud and clear, not only to the universe, but anybody who gets in your way. You are just at the beginning of opening up to your own life. So, wow. And the sky's the limit by the looks of that. And the World card, yeah, full circle. New beginnings, new opportunities. Things are really starting to turn in a positive direction for you. You were quite on the fence about it. You weren't sure whether this was going to be a good move for you or not, but you're understanding what is your next move, your accomplishments. You're looking at your whole life cycle to this day. You know, there's fulfillment here, there's travel, there's celebration, and a new life. You finally arrived at the end of a cycle. And now you're asking yourself, what do I want to do next? Where do I want to go? What do I want to achieve? Or am I content where I'm at? So you're definitely realizing your own comforts for your future. You know, this is good luck, karma, life cycle. Oof, what a ride. But you have arrived. And the shadows, yeah, stepping out of the shadows. Understanding you don't have to hide anymore. You can step out into the light. You know, stop over analyzing, overthinking, over judging yourself. And see what everybody else sees within you. And you will change your whole life persona going forward from here, because you are stepping out of the darkness and into the light. Opening up to yourself again, to receiving all that the world has to give you. You know, happy home, happy life, wife, family, you know, whatever it is that you've desired is coming straight for you. And the Eight of Cups, yeah, you finally get to admit enough is enough. You're not putting time, energy, and effort into what's not giving back. And you're letting go of it. You're understanding you still have effort and energy, just not for this anymore. You finally admitted to yourself that you're at the end of your rope. You know, you're tired. You want no more disappointments, you know, no more browbeating, that sort of thing. You're walking away. You're leaving behind something that you have time and energy and effort into, but it has been a disappointment. It's never given you the fulfillment that you desired. So you're learning to say, okay, turn direction and try something new somewhere else. And that's what you're doing here. You're finally admitting to yourself, no more energy, no more time, no more effort. You're done with this. You're moving on to a better way for yourself, your future, and feeling it's the right time to do it. So it will wind up being your dreams for the future. So that's beautiful. But you're definitely changing positions in your life moving forward, understanding that things have changed, mostly yourself, and you're okay with that. You're looking out into broader horizons for your future. And that doesn't matter age. You're looking for what it is that you want in your life from this day forward. Okay. Happy news about your career. Promotions or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. Beautiful. And there you are. There's your answer. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.